So now that we juggled our function around and passed it through almost all widgets that we have here, we also have to pass the favorite meals around. Though here we don't have to pass that through all our widgets. Instead, we just have to pass our favorite meals here to our meals screen if it's being displayed as the favorites screen, as it is the case here in our tabs screen if the second tab was selected. Here, instead of passing an empty list, we want to pass our favorite meals. If we do that and reload everything, if we now visit a meal and mark it as a favorite, you will see that now in the favorite screen, this meal shows up. If I then click this button again, it should be removed, but it actually is still there until I navigate away and go back here. So what's the problem here? Well, the problem simply is that in toggle meal favorite status, I am updating my favorite meals, but I'm not calling set state. And of course, we have to call set state to make sure that our update here also triggers the build method again, which then in turn will make sure that the UI is updated. So we have to wrap our favorite meals remove or favorite meals add calls into set state instead of toggle meal favorite status. And if we do that, you will see that if now I add an item as a favorite and I go to favorites and unfavorite it by clicking this icon again, it indeed is removed instantly. So that was the only problem here. But there is one other problem or potential improvement that we should make. And that's this button here. If I tap it, it never changes. So I don't really know whether I added an item as a favorite or not. It would be nice to get some feedback. Now we will make sure that the icon changes in the next course section, because right now it would be unnecessarily complex and it will be much easier in the next section once we learn about a more powerful way of managing cross-widget state like this favorite meals list state, which does affect multiple widgets. So therefore for the moment, instead of replacing this icon here, I'll do something different. In the tabs screen, where I have my favorite meals and where I know whether a meal was just added as a favorite or removed as a favorite, I want to show a little info message once we did update a meal. So therefore here I'll add a new method, show info message, where I expect to get the message of type string as an argument. And in here, I want to show a snack bar. And you learned about snack bars earlier in the course, in the expense tracker section. We can show such a snack bar through the scaffold messenger, which needs the context though, but since we're in a state object here, we have this globally available context, so that's quite convenient. And then here, I first of all want to clear all existing snack bars if we're already showing some. And then thereafter, we can show a new snack bar by calling show snack bar like this. And to show snack bar, we pass a snack bar with any content of our choice, where content is a widget. And here for me, it will just be a text widget where the text is the message I'm getting here. Now we could also set a duration then, but the default duration is actually 4 seconds, which works for me here. So I'm just setting the content. And now we can call show info message from inside here. So if we just removed a meal from the favorite meals list here, I'll call show info message with a text of meal is no longer a favorite. And alternatively, if we added a meal to the favorite meals, I'll send a message of marked as a favorite. Something like this. Now with that, we get at least a little bit of feedback if we select an item and mark it as a favorite, because now we get this snack bar at the bottom. And we also get that if we mark this item as no favorite. So that's quite good. Quite convenient. We got some feedback here, which is good. Again, we'll work on the icon in the next course section, But with that, this favorite feature is working. We can add and remove favorites as expected. And now with that, we can move on to the last part of this section and make sure that we add a side drawer that allows us to switch to a filters page where we can set some filters that will influence which meals do show up if we do select a category here.